friends, let's read a story. Maximus and the Beanstalk. Written by Damian Harvey, illustrated by David Lopez. Maximus had been busy all day helping his mom and dad. He had fed the goose with delicious golden corn. Wow! Doesn't the goose look beautiful? He had picked vegetables from the garden. Ooh, carrots! I love carrots. He had even helped to mend a hole in the roof of the windmill. What a good boy, said Mum. Dad gave Maximus a shiny gold penny. Wow, it's very shiny. Maximus always kept the gold pennies his dad gave him for being kind and helpful. He looks like such a good boy. At dinner time, Maximus put the shiny gold penny next to his bowl. Mom had cooked a huge pile of sprouts. Dad had made a big jug of his delicious fishy sauce. Wow! Yum! Said Maximus. Sprouts and fishy sauce, my favorite. Maximus was about to take a bite when the cottage began to shake. The table began to rattle. The sprouts began to roll off his plate and onto the floor. How can this happen? Can you guess what is happening? My prize-winning sprouts, cried Mom. My world-famous fishy sauce, cried Dad. My yummy dinner, cried Maximus. A huge green beanstalk was shooting up through the floor of their cottage. It smashed through their table. Wow, look at this huge thing. It crashed through their roof. Our lovely cottage, cried Mom and Dad. My shiny gold penny, cried Maximus. Dad rushed outside to look at the roof. Mom ran to the kitchen to look for a broom. Wow, look, this is quite huge. Maximus just looked at the hole in the floor. He looked and he stared and he saw something climbing up the beanstalk. He could see tiny little hands. He could see a tiny little face. It's a tiny, gasped Maximus. See, someone's climbing the beanstalk. The tiny jumped off the beanstalk and ran across the floor. Who are you? Asked Maximus. I'm Jack, shouted the tiny, and I spy gold. The tiny grabbed Maximus's shiny gold penny. Hey! Cried Maximus. That's mine! The tiny stamped on Maximus' hand and ran off. Wow, it looks very big. Ow, my thumb, howled Maximus. Very painful. The tiny was nimble and quick and disappeared down the beanstalk before you could say fee, fi, fo, fum or anything else. His tongue looks really painful. Maximus told his mom and dad all about the tiny. I thought you didn't believe in tinies anymore, said Mom. Tinies are only in stories, said Dad. That night, Maximus could not get to sleep. He was thinking about the tiny and his gold penny, and his tongue was still sore. So the singing harp sang his songs until he was snoring to his heart's content. When Maximus woke up, the singing harp was nowhere to be seen. And someone has spilled his favorite crunchy muesli and broccoli yogurt all over the floor. Who could have done that? Said Dad. It must have been the tiny, laughed Mom. Maximus followed the trail of yogurt to the beanstalk. It was the tiny, said Maximus. There are no such things as tiny, said Dad. You'll see, said Maximus. Oh, these are the footprints of the tiny. Later, when Maximus was collecting the goose's eggs, the tiny appeared again. I spy more gold, said the tiny. I'll give you this golden egg if you give me back my singing harp, said Maximus. I know you took it. I don't want an egg, cried the tiny. I want that goose. The tiny kicked Maximus' thumb and ran off with the goose. He's such a thief. Oh, my sore thumb! Howled Maximus, and he ran after the tiny. He chased the tiny into the yard where Dad was mending the table. Come back with our goose, cried Dad. They chased the tiny into the kitchen where Mom was baking bread. Come back with our goose, cried Mom. They chased the tiny all through the house. But the tiny was nimble and quick and disappeared down the beanstalk before you could say fee, fi, fo, fum or anything else. This time Maximus followed him. The tiny ran into his house and slammed the door. So Maximus knocked on the door as politely as he could. Maximus told Jack's mom what her son had been up to. He told her about the gold penny, the singing harp, and the goose. He told her about the mess he'd made with the muesli and yogurt. He even told her about his sore tongue. Jack's mom was furious. Oh, so this is Jack's mom. The next morning, Maximus ate 2 big bowls of his favorite muesli and broccoli yogurt. Then he ate 3 pieces of toast covered with his favorite sticky carrot jam. Don't worry about the mess, said Jack's mom. Jack will clean it up. The end. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. Bye bye. See you next time. Stay safe, healthy and happy.